Hey, what's up guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. Who the fridge is texting me? Oh, anyway, it's my boyfriend. As I'm nearing 1,000 subscribers and growing my platform, there are a few things that I want to mention about myself in order for you all to kind of have the most authentic interpretation of who I am and the way that I think. So today's topic kind of talks about college culture and sort of my rejection to it. In general, college culture kind of consists of smoking and partying and drinking and hooking up and just really kind of letting loose, I guess is the term people use. This is something that has never connected with me, and I'm going to be explaining why in this video. In high school is kind of when many people are introduced to the types of things that college culture consists of, and I never got on board with it at all. I think I went to 1 or 2 parties, and at my first one, I cried. Like, I bawled my eyes out. I was like, I can't do this. Looking back, I just have to laugh at how intense my reaction was. The most common question I receive pretty much since high school up until today is, why don't you drink? Why don't you smoke? Why don't you party? Why don't you hook up? Why don't you do all of these things that our generation considers as part of their culture? The reason why is simply because I know I can better spend my time doing other things that are going to make me the best version of myself. All of the things I've mentioned that are incorporated into college culture are not going to make me a successful individual. I have developed this mindset over the years where I need to achieve the most I can from this life that I'm given. It's an opportunity. This is the greatest opportunity to just live the most out of this life. Quite simply, I just don't settle for mediocrity, and I want to be at the top. The reason why I haven't said this outright is because some people may take it the wrong way and be like, oh my gosh, she's so conceited and egocentric and, you know, all the words you can describe someone who is very confident in themselves and their goals. Some may say to a degree of being overconfident, but I think that's exactly why I have achieved so much at such a young age and will continue to achieve so much, is because I have this mindset. Another reason why I don't participate in that lifestyle is because I don't like to give in to temporary pleasures, things that are not going to last and make me genuinely happy and fulfilled. That's part of the reason why I've adopted minimalism into my life, is because that thrill that you get from buying something in the store is almost immediately gone after a week or 2 of you having the item. Months down the line, you're gonna wish you had more money in your bank account, and you're gonna question to yourself, why did I spend money on these items in the first place? I use that same process and apply it to partying and drinking and whatnot. Some people like to define it as fun, but I just can't see what fun you would attain that would be lasting and genuinely make you fulfilled and feel happy. Another reason why I don't participate in that lifestyle is because I love to be in full control of my mind and my actions. I cannot do that if I were to be under the influence of a drug or drink, and I simply don't want to be in that position where I don't have control over myself. Another reason why I don't attend parties is because the people that go to parties are not the kind of people that I want to spend my time around. That may sound a little harsh to people, but you have to think that your environment is going to truly influence who you are. There's also that saying where the top 5 people you spend the most time around are a reflection of who you are. And for me, I want those top 5 people, and pretty much any other people that I spend my time with, to be people that are going to push me forward. Okay, one more time. I have mentioned this in previous videos, but your environment is so important for you and your development and you moving towards your goals. You do not want to be in an environment filled with people and activities that hold you back. Can't tell you how much I despise when people ask me, like, why don't you drink? Why don't you smoke? Why don't you do this, blah, 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 in such a condescending tone. Like, I get it if they're trying to ask in a more like curious way to get to know me more, but when they say it in a condescending way, as if I'm not living my best life to the fullest if I don't participate in these things, that is so ridiculous. I can make the same argument towards why you shouldn't participate in those things. It's all a matter of the way we live our own realities. They see themselves as living their best lives doing those things, and I see myself living my best life doing other things. So to sum up that point, I'm not trying to bash on anyone who lives the college lifestyle. It's just something that I never see myself participating in because I know that's not going to get me to where I specifically want to be. And now moving on to hookup culture, and fair warning, my opinions on this are a little more controversial than they were in the previous topics. I've just always been the romantic, true love type of person. There's just no way I'd feel comfortable giving up my body to someone who's not going to truly cherish it. The reason I say this might be a controversial opinion is because a lot of people might be like, well, I'm still respecting my body if I hook up with a bunch of people. I still respect my body, I still love myself. Like, okay, like I just don't think the same way. I feel like I respect myself the most and love myself the most when I make sure that someone I'm giving myself to also loves me the most. I can understand at least a bit more for people who participate in hookup culture for, you know, the comfort of having someone else around, you know, physical touch and whatnot. But what I don't understand is when it becomes a goal for people to hook up with the most amount of people they can, or like a certain person. Oh my gosh, like, this is part of the reason why I don't like hookup culture associated with college culture, and then that combined, I'm like, what? Some people literally make it a goal for themselves to go to a party and make sure they leave with someone and then hook up with them. You're telling me your goal, a goal of yours, is to hook up with 2.0 Foster School of Business frat dude with less than mediocre. That's your goal? That's laughable. I just can't fathom how people make that a goal. That just like ruins the word goal for me. Goals should be stuff that's going to better yourself, not wasted on whatever that is. In comparison to the goal of mine, where I want to live in a big, fancy, beautiful house designed by me and my future husband who loves me very much and appreciates me and supports me and pushes me to be the best version of myself. I want that. I don't want less than mediocre frat boy. Plus, I've always been the type of person that definitely goes for more personality rather than looks. Not to say that the people I have dated are ugly, but meaning that the people that I would want to have a more physical, intimate relationship with are the people that are similar to me in terms of their goals and their ambitions and the way that they live their lives and whatnot. Anyway, that was kind of just like a short explanation as to why I absolutely despise hookup culture. And also, I plan on marrying my current boyfriend, so no desire whatsoever to participate in a hookup culture. Another common question people ask me is, why are you a minimalist? Why don't you spend money on things? And oftentimes it's also in a condescending tone. Again, the reason why I don't do things such as spend my money wastefully is because I know that that money, similar to that time that I have, can be better used on other things. I think the summarized overarching definition of my mindset is just goal-oriented. I have a clear set of goals and things that I want to accomplish in the near future. I do not envision a life where I work at a job that I hate, working for money, living with a husband I don't really like, being scared to take time off because I don't have enough money to, pushing off retirement because I don't have enough money to retire, and living middle class my entire life until I die. That just doesn't sound like the ideal life to me. Now that is kind of like worst case scenario, not worst, but not like the greatest. But even still, people can argue, well, I'm not gonna be like that. I'm gonna have a nice house. I'm gonna, you know, spend time with family. I'm gonna have all these things, blah, blah, blah. And that's true. I totally think you could get there even if you live the lifestyle that you do in college. But even still, that's not going to get me to the goals that I have. And the goals that I have are to be at the very, very, very top. What that looks like to me is not having to work for money, having so much earned from passive income, all of my time devoted to things I truly, truly love and am passionate about, owning a beautiful big house that me and my future husband designed, going to travel whenever I like and not being weighed down by other responsibilities such as working at a job that I don't like. There are so many big things I want to accomplish in my life. Pretty much everything I want to accomplish is big. Big dreams require big mindsets. Another reason why I don't like the whole drinking concept is due to a few people in my life that I've interacted with that abuse the use of it. I'm not going to state specific people, but people that have been close to me or should have been close to me that weren't as a result of their drinking habits and smoking habits and partying lifestyles. I've seen the ways in which these types of lifestyles hurt the relationships that I'm in, not just romantic relationships in general. And it hurt me to see people that I loved go through stuff like that. And I've gotten to the realization that if I want to be the one who's at the top, I need to prioritize myself. I need to prioritize what's best for me. Another reason why I don't participate in the college lifestyle is because I just can never see how that's fun. And I feel like there's so much better things I could be doing with my life than going to parties. People get so excited when there's a party on the weekend. They're like, oh my gosh, now I have something to do on a Friday night. What? I'm sorry, I just have to laugh because why is that what you're excited for? Like, you're telling me you're excited to get wasted on a Friday night and feel horrible the next day and do it again the next night? You know what sounds fun to me? Adventures. Adventures like bungee jumping, traveling across the world, going ice skating, building a snowman. Those were horrible examples, but you get what I'm saying. There's stuff that I could be doing that's genuinely fun. Now kind of segueing into my specific overarching goal I've never talked about before on my channel, but I'm gonna be a millionaire by 25. As y'all know, the first 20 years of my life were devoted towards getting to NASA, and I got there, so now it's time for a new goal. The reason why I want to be a millionaire by 25 is because I do not want to achieve this amount of wealth when I'm 80. Even when I'm 40, I want to live life now. And unfortunately, at least the way I see it, living life to the fullest does often require at least some sort of money. Although I don't plan on spending my money on luxury clothing items and super ridiculous cars that make loud noises just because they want to. I think those are so annoying. I would still like to spend money on traveling every once in a while and having a beautiful house that is designed to the interests that I like. There's just so many goals that I want to achieve that do require money to get there, and I've fully accepted that, and I will work nonstop in order to get there. In terms of how I'm gonna get there is still a bit of a work in progress. That's why I've spent a majority of this winter break reading so many books in order to try and grasp any information I can on how to get there as soon as possible. Because of reading these books and watching YouTubers like Graham Stephan and other successful people, I have really transformed my lifestyle to kind of all go towards my future. This includes things like budgeting. I have never made a serious budget before. Up until this month, I didn't even know what my monthly income was, and I left all my money sitting in my checking account, and that was just like, what? There are so many other things I could have been doing with my money, like putting it in investments or putting it away for my first property. There are just so many things I've learned over the last year, but especially over the last 2 weeks about finances, that now my entire mindset is like, I need to make passive income and I need to make it fast. Because if I don't, then everything is just like a wasted opportunity to make money. So other than budgeting and living below my means and being really careful about what I spend my money on, I want to continue reading the types of books I have been. I'm really glad I've gotten a hold on how much time I spend on my phone, and now I want to dedicate that saved time to reading more books. Another thing I want to do is invest more. I'm currently invested in specific companies, cryptocurrency, REITs, which involves real estate, and then index funds. Those are my current investments, and I plan on holding on to them for a while. Other than that, I do earn income from NASA and the boxing gym and Mercari, which is something I want to keep doing, selling on Mercari. I think that's definitely grew from a hobby into a passion of mine, is just selling things online, which is why I think another idea I might pursue may be starting my own business somehow that relates to selling things. I think that's definitely an option I can explore in order to reach that $1 million mark. Another thing I plan on doing is purchasing my first property, so all of the money that I'm saving right now is going towards that goal. With this first property, I don't know if I'm going to buy it in Seattle or somewhere else, but I most likely won't live there forever. It's not going to be my dream home, for the reason that once I move out, I plan on leasing my property. I'll probably get a loan from the bank that will allow me to purchase the property in the first place. All I need to do is submit a down payment. From there, I can just find someone to lease the property and just charge a bit more, so that not only are they covering the cost of the mortgage per month, but they're also paying me extra money as well, which I will count as passive income. So this will involve some trial and error. Maybe I'll get a property manager so that they can deal with tenants and whatnot because I personally don't want to. From there, I plan on this just being a continuous cycle of me being addicted to buying homes and then renting them out to people and earning passive income. The last venture I see myself pursuing in order to reach the $1 million mark is YouTube. It may seem a bit ambitious to some people that I'm saying this stuff while not even being at 1,000 subscribers yet, but I do want to take this platform to becoming more of a business venture for me. There are so many ways you can make money doing social media, and have you seen the income of some YouTubers? Like, what? Based on ad revenue, based on sponsorships, based on other opportunities that might come with me having a larger internet presence. There's just so many opportunities I see once I hit that 1,000 subscriber mark and then keep growing my platform. I'm pretty consistent with averaging 1 video out per day, and I plan on continuing the schedule throughout the school year and throughout the next few years until I hit the $1 million mark. Obviously, it's not enough to just post every single day. I'm gonna analyze what works best on my channel and what videos don't do so well so that I can kind of define a more specific niche, because right now I feel like I just talk about everything. So in summary, this video was basically just a look into the way that I think as a 20-year-old whose goal is to become a millionaire by 25. Hopefully y'all were able to learn a bit more about me, and if you have any questions or any video ideas, feel free to leave that in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!